Alright, so it continues. So it continues. Alright, so we're going to clean up a lot of this. A lot of what's going on here. And this is just a mess. What's happened there? Shouldn't be that much of a mess. Like, I really don't know what's happened up here, but it doesn't have to be like that at all. So we're gonna fix this right now. No, because this is a joke. What has even happened here? Who knows? Let's just delete up until where it's messed up. Sometimes that's the best way to go. When things are a little bit messed up, just delete and restart it. It's not going to take that long. The time spent redoing it is going to be less, probably going to be less than the time spent. This is the way I should have done it from the start, by the way. The modeling. Clean up time. It's a bit of a mess. That's much better. See, that already wasn't that long, was it at all? Let's see how much of a mess this side is. Not as bad at all, so let's just a few adjustments to make. Oh no, it is. Delete this for now. It kinda is not terrible. Whoops. Move it back to where it needs to be. Alright, that'll do for now. Alright, let's look at what we're going to do about a couple things. So, first of all, this is like uneven. So is this, like a lot. It's not to be perfect. Look, like I said yesterday, this is a fabric. It's a soft fabric material. It's gonna have certain elements of variation, but not that much. Looks just stupid. Alright, now we're getting somewhere a little bit more. Alright, let's take a look at some of these problems here. For example, this. Down here. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. I rendered way too late last night. I was too tired. Shouldn't have done it. Does anyone even know what's going on here? Who knows? We have like some... I don't even know how to describe it. We got some... I'm confused about this versi. I don't even know what that is. To be honest with you, I have no idea. I'm gonna redo this bit. It's a mess. It needs redoing. That's a shame. That's just the way it is, though. When you do a long session of modeling, you can get tired. That's a good lesson to learn. I rushed that bit completely. That'll take 20 minutes to redo, and it'll be worth it completely. No doubt in my mind. Let's do it now. Alright, what we're going to do this time though, instead of making a... No, we'll make a plane, but we will extrude the first face and extrude through... So we'll line up the first face. Line up with where it roughly needs to be, which is here. Origins, No, origin to geometry. Alright, and then if you go left view, you can see better. Roughly. And then let's take it, extrude out a fair bit. We're gonna take our time this time rather than rushing to just make sure this is good. There we go. Oh, voice crack. Ah, I hit everything. Whoops. Alright. Let's take this vertice, extrude it out. This one, push it in. Where's the reference gone? There you go. And then we just select number 3 on the keypad to select each face. To extrude this time rather than 2, 3. Select, extrude outwards with E. 1 on the keypad for vertex mode. Drag all the vertices of the points that you want to change. We're really taking our time this time. To make sure it's as it needs to be. Look at that. Check my phone. Alright. This is taking a while, but you know, sometimes things do. Need to make sure everything is really, really, really good. Alright, let's continue. Slowly getting there. This is what I probably should have done with all the pieces, but can't do anything about that now. Alright. Like, squeeze me. Let's keep it going. On the road again. We're on this fucking thingy again, so if we just finish this off, it's gonna look real nice. And it's gonna look so much nicer than the rest. I'm gonna want to do the rest like this as well. Which I'll probably not be able to resist the temptation to do the rest again. Alright. Now we're starting to move. Alright, what's happened there? Now we're starting to move. Across. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Very slowly. It's the same process as we did with the plane, but it just takes a little bit longer because we're doing, you know, double the vertices we were doing before. But it's worth it because I'm gonna need to have to extrude it into a cube eventually anyway, a solid shape anyway. So just to do it now and line it up is just easier. I'm gonna need to go over again just to make sure when I subdivide, some stuff's gonna clip and things, but we can do that in a minute. Adjust the height. Adjust the depth so it clips with the inside of this bit of the shoe. Finish. Select. Extrude upwards. Select this edge. Get the height correct before pushing inwards. Pushing inwards again. And inwards again. Again, up to that corner. Just the height of this. Just move this across to there. That clips with that. That goes out a little bit. That until that clips there. Only a couple more now. There, clip there, clip there. Last one, I'd say. Down to here. Outwards to here. And up to about there. Alright, let's subdivide. There's some little bits that are sticking out still. But I mean, how much better does that look now? It's looking nice and clean. Alright. Now what we want to do. First of all, I really feel like the inside of this needs scaling inwards to make it thicker. Even more, honestly. Let's fuck something up in a sec. Oh yeah, we don't want that. One sec, let me get this right. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, I think. Alright, it needs to be the faces. Very unfortunately. Tedious work, hey? Probably an easier way to do this, but pretty much always is an easier way to do things. You'd have to literally be an absolute master to not. No, it's supposed to be relatively thick here. It's I think honestly a lot of this needs thickening. So let's do the same method because that seems to work really well on the inside. Scale. If we can. We need to select things individually, unfortunately. Tie cap's alright. This bit needs a little bit more thickness, I think, honestly, which is a bit annoying. We also need to add the holes, stitching, lacing, and then texturing, because the texture's just so off at the moment. Obviously, it's just block colour. So. Okay. Things really coming together now. Not sure really why this is so high. There you go. Fix that. Yeah. Alright. So in terms of adding, yeah, in terms of adding, that looks ideal. The holes, I'm still thinking about the best way to do that. I can add booleans. It's going to slow down my computer a lot though. Apparently my computer hates booleans. I found that out last project. It just doesn't enjoy working with them apparently. Really slows down my computer. And I'm nowhere near finished, so maybe I'll just do the laces last, to be honest. It'll be like the last thing I put on, because I really don't fancy my computer slowing down halfway through the project. And maybe I can think of a better way to deal with the holes rather than... I know how to do the lace. The lace I'm fine with. What's happened here? It's just honestly the... Why is this verse even there? And that one too. That's so weird. It's just the holes. Got a plan for the lace. Just, yeah, the holes for the... What do you call them? Eye strays? No, that's the metal bit that goes on them. But there's no metal on this one. They're just holes where the laces go. So, yeah. Very, well, pretty smooth at the moment. We obviously need to harden edges and things. Let's see if we can just adjust this red. Let's make it. Let's play doughy and try to get it closer to what we actually need to. So, metallic's going to go up a little bit. Roughness is going to go down a little bit. Metallic down. Sheen. We want sheen on high. It's kind of a weird texture, like, I think I've ever worked with this texture before, so might take a bit of getting used to. What I wanted to try is, I wanted to add a little bit of a leather texture to it, so I might as well start doing, just experimenting with textures now, so let's go. Yep, I'm in the right one. Copy this leather texture into our project. Make a new folder called textures. We'll make a new folder called ref and just put all these references in there. It's a bit of a mess. And then let's paste a leather large in there. Experiment with adding a little bit of leather texture to it. So obviously it looks awful right now, but that's because I haven't UV mapped it. So we're going to add a plane before I UV map it and just drag it out. So I could have just added a cube, to be honest with you. Select every face. Oh, mark seam. UV unwrap it and make it red. So this is what we would get on the texture. If we reduce it down, you get that sort of very light leather texture coming from this, which might really help bring it to life a bit more. This is the best leather texture that I've found. It's one I use on leather bags that I render, so that's looking pretty tasty, to be fair. What's the easiest? Probably the easiest thing to quickly test this leather look on would probably be the one I just modeled a lot better than the rest. If it looks really tasty, it might be a case of having to do things again. So we need this outside edge. 2, 3. Luckily, actually, because I'm smart, I already added the seam. Yes, I did. I'm a genius. So I can just go like that and just apply it immediately. Obviously, we need a edge loop here, an edge loop here, and then shading. And let's remove the amount, and let's go on UV editing. Let's increase it a little bit, I think. Increase the size, I mean. Shading. Let's, now we can really play around with how it looks more. I know this particular one doesn't have the leather look, but others do. Experiment with it just being very light. Honestly, I won't be able to tell until I properly render the thing, but yeah. I can see how that could potentially work. The sculpting is going to look a little something like this. So let's just do a little bit of test sculpting as well on this piece, because it's the best piece we have. We're going to remove subdivision. We're going to add my resolution. Subdivide, 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 if we can. Save. Sculpt mode on. Brushes. I can't actually remember where I got these brushes from, so I'm going to have to put them in a YouTube description. Very useful though. We are going to use these ones. And we are going to go up to here. Still render engine EV, that's because I haven't set up anything yet. I will render in cycles eventually. We're going to have mirror on, and that is pretty wonderful off the bat, to be honest with you. Increase the strength a little bit. And then from this distance here, I'm loving the way that's working, by the way. There to there. There to there. Sculpt mode. Oh, let me go back. Where'd my brush go? One thing I don't like about this, why is it doing all these weird things? First of all, the cursor, that's different to my usual. Here we go. Dots. More dots. So mirror off. That's ideal. That's very ideal. Strength. Up a bit. Zoom out. That's nice. Shrink down a bit. Cursor. Stroke. Let's try anchored. Nope. Let's try line. I think there's no curve is what I used before. What the hell? Nah, I don't want to make it go rounded. That's long. That's what I've done before. Add strength right down. Why does it keep doing that? That's not ideal. Then we're copying this stitching here, you see, so. Give it a second. There you go. Just spam it a couple times, it does appear eventually. Turn symmetry off. Let's try line again. That seemed the best one, to be honest with you. Yeah, the only trouble is because it's a straight. This is not a straight line. This is a curve. What was? One sec. Let's find out, shall we? I need to hide my screen for this though. This is a product I can't release yet to the public. Swinky. Which one? I want to check on my other project what setting I have on my sculpt. Let me just check this quick and then I'll unhide this screen. Curse, stroke. Okay, so it's on space, 20%, ratio 1. Alright, so. Oh, I know why that's happened. Oh, that's just because I've moved the. Oh, is that going to be annoying? Can I get that back? How? Yes, I can. There you go. Top. Let's get that back. No, reference. Because I moved it into a new folder and Blender lost where it went. It was like, what? Where'd it gone? Textures. No reference. Front. All right. Let's try again. So it's probably gonna make us find the brush again, because oh no, it didn't. Nice. It was space 20% 1. Yeah, that's looking nice. Yeah, that definitely is the easiest one. Turn mirror off though. And let's go along the edge. Let's really get messed around here, isn't it? Really doesn't like life when it gets down here for some reason. Up to 6. Okay, sculpt again. We can try this brush as well if we want. I feel like that one's adding too much. We should up the radius on that and strength as well on this one, sorry. Alright, not that much. Like this. On this one. That's a good amount. 99.743. Yeah, that's a good amount. I like this. This is ideal. This is the perfect stitching. This is exactly what we want. Just hide this for a second so we can actually see what we're doing. Yeah, that's ideal. Alright, let's hide that. And that. Let's go back and sculpt. For this object, sculpt. Let's go back to it. I'm just Control Z constantly. Actually, we don't want it down there, do we? Does the reference have it down there? Has it down the side, but not... I can't see anything, bro. Fuck. Sculpt. Zoom in more. Not that much. For some reason, don't ask why, when you zoom in, changes the size of your sculpt. It's probably a setting you can turn off. Definitely is a setting you can turn off. One thing I want to say now. It does look nice. I like that. Let me check this message I got. I like that a lot. I'm cool with that. Oh yeah, boys. Finally. Alright, back to what else we're doing. Alright. So that's looking nice. We like this. We like this a lot. Let's do... Alright, let's do the second worst, second best piece here next, which is this one. So let's, again, like I did on this back piece, I should have added the seams for UV mapping at the time of doing it. I made a good few mistakes there. It is what it is. Add one for 1 sec. It's got a random vertex again, just in the way. I don't know why. Okay, fair enough. All right. There. Let me hide this 1 sec so I can actually see what I'm doing. There. Mark seam on there. Just marking pretty much where the UV map's going to sit. At the moment, the lever texture I've applied to this, there's no UV mapping, so it's just stretching. It's counting the whole model as one sheet of paper in the UV map. So it's just trying to stretch that leather texture, which is far smaller than the geometry of this whole mesh if it was all one section. And it's just stretching. That's why you get this look. Whereas when you apply the UV map, you've told the engine where to cut different pieces of the paper or the UV map out, and then it's not stretching, it's applying the texture once to this side, once to this side down here, once to the back. So we shouldn't get that stretching. If we do get stretching, we just need to add more. You only need to add more. I don't know if I put seam there, but I'm just gonna add another one anyway. I think that's good. Let's check. So now, as you can see, looking nice. Oh no, please don't do that. I did that once by accident and it took me ages to figure out how to get it back when I started. There we go. Now we can add the sort of squaring off geometry that we wanted to add, to make it less oogly boogly, as I called it. Let's show the base again. There you go. We've got a little vertice here doing something crazy. I don't really know what right now. I can't seem to figure it out. So what is it? What's it doing that for? Doesn't need to be doing that. So unnecessary vertice there. That's unfortunate. There you go. Should be fixed now. Yep. Alright, nice. So you can see from this side versus this is looking a lot more sharp on the edges, just a lot cleaner in general. Now that we've added the extra geometry. And also obviously we fixed the stretching of the leather texture. So now let's check the reference we have. Slide. Let's actually move it back a bit. And then see where the stitching is. So we've got stitching all the way around the outside pretty much. So we're going to go in here. We're going to remove the subdivision. We're going to add a multi-resolution to subdivide. It's going to do the same thing as the subdivision, but it's going to allow us to sculpt over the top. You can't sculpt unless there's a multi-res on the geometry on the object. So up to 6 for the detail. Bump up later if we need to. Let's hopefully the sculpt settings have saved from the last one. If not, we're gonna have to try and guess, but it looks like they have. I'm gonna start adding this again. Oh, no, I'm just thinking one thing, though. So I still need to add the holes onto this geometry. I'm thinking maybe I do that before I add stitching. It's just finished this off really scrappy. That's looking really nice, though. But yeah, I think I need to add the holes to the geometry first. Because if I don't, yeah, I do, because if I don't, once you add a multi-res to a model and you start adding, hello, Mark. Once you add a multi-res to a object and you start adding like detail like stitching and stuff, and then you go change the model by adding edge loops or anything really like booleans or what I'm going to be doing, it really messes up the stitching and stuff, and the multi-res just gets destroyed. You want to do multi-res last. You want to make sure you do that. So let's leave that for now. Let's do the front toe, the toe, which is an absolute mess, by the way. An absolute mess. As we just clean it up a bit, as you can see, it's pretty messy. And then it will be time to do the same thing. We add edge loops in. There's no reason for this to be so messy. Is that really clipping? Oh, fair enough. Alright, so in terms of edge loops, a bit limited because of this section here, but we're going to add there. I'm going to need to hide this and this so I can properly have a look at what we're selecting. There. Mark seam, hide this, there, 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 there. Have we got one there? Nope, there, there. Must be some. There's probably somewhere here bits I've missed, but general, that's pretty good. As you can see, it's going to be sharp apart from this section, understandably. So let's fix that. Add one here, here. Here. Mark seam. I don't know why there's one there. So pretty much just sectioned off this area here as a separate UV, and then actually this needs to be there. As you can see all around, we have that sort of level look now. That's looking a lot better. Let's bring back the stuff that we need to see what's going on. The midsole's missing. There it is. All right. So we've now got that leather texture on there. You can move geometry once you got multi-res on, but adding geometry is kind of difficult. So let's see how happy we are with. Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with that, to be fair. I might lower that, but even then, it's not that bad, really, is it? But if we're gonna do it, it needs to be now, so. We've got some shape issues here we need to take a look at. Too high on the front toe. It's definitely closer than what it needs to be, that it was before. Definitely better than it was before, 100%. And you can just kind of tell that now has more of the correct shape to Jordan 1, so that's fantastic that we cleared that up when we could. Amazing. Alright, next step. Let's just quickly, actually this is now clipping out. I want to bring in these vertices and back to stay in line with this better. Because it's so much better to sort this out right now. Lovely. Right, how's everything looking? Let's check all the vertices and things. All the pairs of like each individual pair. That's better. That's a lot better in terms of shape. A lot better. That's what you like to see. All right. Let's do the next step, which was where we were adding the. So what we was doing anyway, we was adding the stitching here. This needs some more resolution. My bad. So that you can't. I went up to 7. Alright, that's fine. Should be fine. Just save my game, but save the file before I get to 7. Alright. Six is fine for now. It's kind of hard to go around corners for this. It's very difficult. Do we think maybe let's delete the mighty res. Do we think maybe subtracting the stitching might look better? Let's see. I think it might, you know. Do you prefer that? Or do you prefer the more like protruding style like that? I can't tell, to be honest with you. I think adding is better. Going around corners is such an ass. That's what we're left with. Looking nice, I'd say. Looking good. So this actually has like a little bit here. I want to say about here. Yeah, that was pretty much correct. To here. All of these faces. Can I go? Nah. Need selecting. So the white, I'm not going to add the leather texture to, because that's what separates the red sections. I'm just going to try and make that as like suede looking as possible. Alright, there you go. So now you got this indent there. Oh, that is very much too high. Needs to be about there. There. This needs coming out a bit. There you go. It's a little bit more detail added. All right. Now, it's time to actually do holes. So, the way that I would normally do the hole, actually, there's a edge there. I just want to add. I've already added. See. There you go. So a little detail added. So we do need to add stitching to this, obviously, but we also need the holes for where the laces go. And there's a couple ways you can do this that I am aware of. You can change the geometry, so you remove like sections, which I'm gonna try, because that's the easiest. Well, not the easiest by any means, no, but the less demanding on your computer. Or you can add booleans. So I don't want to add booleans. So if I remove this face, right? So take this face, I remove it. I go back into this mode. It makes a circle, pretty much. The plan could be to add geometry where the circle is. So Control R to add edge loops. And remove that face. Go back in. And you've got a hole there. That is one way we could do it. I mean, these are already like kind of tiny anyway, so that's not really a big deal. Let's do it that way. So now we can move the edge, the vertices. So
Obviously, you got to think about lighting as well, but that's probably the best way we can do that, you know. Oh, hit everything by accident. Add edge loops before we do this. Not edge loops. Seams for UV mapping first, before we add loads of extra geometry. And let's check the lever texture before we change geometry too much. Mark that seam there. Mark a seam here. One here, because I feel like that's going to be too big of a piece there. Let's try that. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Alright. Let's add these holes in, so that might be too big. Nah, this shape's just wrong. That's fine. We just changed the shape a little bit. You drag that in. See, that's not a big deal, and that actually kind of works well, actually, thinking about it. Ah, that's so much easier than adding a boolean, so. One here. Just adjust these vertices just to make an actual circle, do you know what I mean? This needs to be up, cross. Oh, wrong vertices. Up, very much up. They're not in the exact right places. We can try to get as close as possible by moving this across. Alright, one more down here. That lines up very nicely. I'll take that. take that, thank you very much. Let's hide this. And let's add some geometry here, so it's a bit lacking. And then let's pop one there. Move this. Oh shit. What's happened there? Oh, that's fine. It's just what's behind is causing the issue there. Making it look like it wasn't done correctly. Let's move this across. That's way too large, that one, but that's fine. We can change that. Actually, one sec. I've been stupid, one sec. That was pretty stupid. That's actually not for that. That's for this. So that's actually all the holes done on that side for that. Let's move this across. This mode. Let's add the same edge loops and do it all over again. Whoops, hide that. Let's add edge loops for the lever effect. We're not adding edge loops, actually, we're adding seams. We're selecting edges, adding seams. So right click, mark seam. Ooh, that's actually looking pretty good, to be fair. I don't know why this side's geometry is better than the last, but let's hide that as well. We really need to see everything. Just H, selected it, H to hide. Edit, make sure in edit mode, object mode to hide an object. Mark. Let's do one here again. That worked nicely last time. Split the object up so it's not as large. Worked well last time. Around the corner here. Around the corner here. Let's try that. Yep, I'd say that's looking nice. Bring everything back with Alt H. Let's add the holes for this side. So first, we also need to add edge loops for this. There. We got one here. Clear some space. On there, can't forget. Good thing you don't actually have to worry about if you've. So I've just made a mark seam here. If I want to go, if you accidentally have this selected when you go select this, it's not a big deal. You can't mark two seams on one edge. So if you press it again, just nullifies it, just keeps it as to one seam, so that's fine. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's try that. Yep. It's looking kind of smooth all around. That's what you like to see. And then let's add everything back in so we can see what's going on. We need to add some holes to this side, so select. You're going to need to add some geometry. And we select a face as fitting, which is this one very much so. X to delete face. Select the right vertex, change the size so it's more lined up to what it's supposed to be. And they're a bit big maybe, but we can change that later without worrying about the stitching because we're not adding geometry. Just don't want to add geometry. Oops, there you go. After already adding stitching, it's fine to move geometry. It's just adding it that's an issue. I'm guessing that's in the right place. Let's check though. Yeah, kind of. Let's move it to the right. It doesn't have to be perfect circles. Again, it's fabric. Neither thing's going to be perfect. Amazing. That really is not flush to that, is it? Alright, let's give that a minute to fix that. I'll fix that in a minute. Alright. Same with this side, to be honest with you, but add the holes onto this side. One. Actually, really close to where it starts, so let's move it across so it's not. Actually, no, we don't want to do that. We want to do this one. And move this across. Let's add geometry actually. There. Do this one. Change the shape by putting the vertices. Yeah, that's better. Wrong side. There you go. Actually, that one's going to be better. Yep, that one's going to be a lot better. That's actually going to line up really well. So obviously these ones look different because the other side of this object is clipping inside the shoe, whereas here it's not. It doesn't matter anyway. There's going to be laces going through them. You're not going to see that. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Alright. This section, edge loops. Same process. Select everything around the outside. Around the outside. Hide stuff to get out the way. Mark the seams around the outside. Don't worry about double clicking or adding a seam to an edge twice. It doesn't matter. I only ever puts one on. Corners. Corner. Oh, definitely don't rotate edge. Mark seam. We're gonna have one down the middle. Here. Line it up at least with this. We're gonna have one here. Same with the other side. Have one on the edge of top of here. Don't edge crease, mark seam. Oh, mark seam. Try that. That's looking brilliant. Edge loop here. Edge loop here. Let's bring everything back. See, now it's really come together, especially considering you're looking at this with no lighting. This is completely flat, disgusting lighting, so forget when we get the lighting on. This is pretty grim at the moment. Alright, see, all these are not a great size, but big and everything. Go over and adjust that later anyway. I mean, they're going to be hidden by the laces, so the laces is going to come through, obviously. Well, these go across all the way up to the top. So I need 2 more holes on this. So let's add some geometry. It's going to be this face and this face as we move it across. Great, so the holes are actually done, to be fair, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. A lot of this needs bringing in, so like a lot of these edges need bringing down. Along with the top ones. There. Alright, stitching for these sections. We've got a little something going on there with the thingy that's not correct. Doing a little dance. Let's bring that back in. It's not supposed to be doing that. It's not even really supposed to be doing that up here either. It's doing a bloody jingle. All of these are just off. Not connecting with the surface. So I'd stitch into this first. We actually need to add a hole to here as well. Or do we have a... No, we don't. 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 Here and... Don't do that because it's probably done the other side. Yep. It's fine. Hole here and hole there. Needs to go across more. We need stitching on this now. So object sculpt mode, sculpting. All right. All the settings are already saved. I know what's going wrong. Object. We need to delete that and do multi-resolution instead. Up to 6 seems our magic number. There you go, give that a second to go through and sculpt. Settings should already have saved from before. And let me just check on the model where it is. Yeah, it's just all the way around the outside, as I thought. If you zoom in a bit more, make it a bit smaller. Really hard to go around bends, to be honest with you. There we go. Actually doesn't go around the inside of there, it just stops here. Which is kind of weird, but it does go all the way around the top. Go to sculpt mode. Continue where you were. It's a bit messy. It's not. There you go. Beautiful. Right, let's add stitching to if we look on the side thingy, side reference, we do need to add it to this as well. So object, select this one. Actually already has a multi-res on it, so that's good. Sculpt. Alright. Same with the other side. So if you move this inwards, select this, move subdivision, add multi-res up to 6. I'm glad we didn't have to do any booleans for the what's going on there? What's going on there? That's not ideal. Why is that doing that? Rotation is all off. Very strange. If we go back to this for a second, and we did it on this, would that still happen? No, why not? If we delete the multi-res and redo it. Nope, still doing it. Okay. I need to figure this out. This is a problem. I was not prepared for. Alright, there you go. There we go. Found it. So if I get that problem again, change the mapping to view plane rather than area plane. Brilliant. You live and you learn. Would you look at that? Now I really don't like any of it, so I'm going to do it all again. But this time, have it on the right setting from the start. Which it is. So now we just do it again. But better this time.
upwards. Again. Across. I think a large part of this here is just lighting, I think. I think it is, you know. So we'll leave that for now. Next section to stitch is the wiggly bit. So object. Might as well do this side while we're here. It needs stitching all around the outside pretty much. Quite small stitching this time because it is a smaller section. So multi-resolution, same as usual. Subdivide all the way up. Object. Sculpt mode. And we get nice and close for this one. Need to hide this. Might as well. Definitely don't hide that. Hide all this as well at the same time, just to, so we can focus.
Wow, that was for paint suppression. Holy fuck! He put paint suppression and everything! Oh, fair. Oh, that's actually the roof. Bye, bitch! You get that. You wanna go to the roof? What? Say, kill this guy, they're on me!
Sculpt mode, back again. Bit bigger than that. So right here, the mesh obviously isn't very comfortable there. There's probably something wrong with the mesh that's causing that. I'm going to see how bad it looks when we actually go out. I'm going to do all that again because it's different size all the way around. Nice. And let's just fix this while we're here. I think it's just because of the... Yeah, I don't know if that's fixable for right now. Subdivide one more time.
Nice. Alright, I'm happy with that. Apart from it fades there, but it's not the biggest deal. It's alright. It's alright. Alright, let's go wash there. Add multi... Oh, not a mirror. Definitely don't do that. Multi-res again. Subdivide it up to 6. Go into sculpt mode. Settings should just carried over. Start adding this in here. Alright, nice. And I've actually just realized as well, on this one, it's not actually supposed to be stitching here, so I mean, I think there's... I thought that was a way to erase it, but it probably is. Let's just do it again. It's not as smooth as I'd like it anyway. So from here... Stretch. What am I doing? There we go. Alright. Just bring everything back. Is that stitching done on every aspect? I think it is, you know. Apart from the top of the thingy, which I need to do now, actually. So, I'm going to do that now. So, let's add that now. So, multi-resolution. Subdivide up to 6. And from this, we have some there across, and it's very faint this time. So first of all, sculpt mode, we have some going across. I hate when it does this. Widget mode. Just delete it. Do it. You want to add the multi-resolution in sculpt mode. I don't know why. Still so many things I don't know. Alright, sculpt.
Absolutely loving the quality. Does that stay like that? That should improve. I think it's just a lack of geometry. I think it is. Alright. Let's remove that. Let's add some more geometry to this. Just needs more points to go on, especially this upper section. Sculpting. Status object. This object, white resolution. So I'll divide up to 6. One more. Come on, computer. You can do it. There you go. Alright. And then sculpt. There you go. Just needed some more geometry. Up there. Very faint again. Up across. Let's reduce the strength. That's that. And then we do have one going across here as well. Alright, nice. Let's do... We need to do the... Right here, we've got these dots. Now, I'm just thinking how to do this. I'm thinking a bump node. Bump map. So, we're going to go GIMP. Photo editing software. We're going to go create a new... Just leave it 800 by 800 transparent background. Actually, no, we'll make the background white. And then we'll get a layer, new layer. Call it dots. And we'll make black dots like this big. And we'll fill them in with black, of course. Then we'll go and we'll select them. We'll duplicate them. I'm unsure how many times right now. And we're going to do set all of these. Select. Control V. I'm unsure how much. This is never going to work first time, but it gets us somewhere. So go back into our folder, textures, and we're going to call this dots, more dots, and then we're going to save the file as well in the same folder.
rinse. What is it? Cell. Jordan. Textures. Dots. Alright. And then we're going to grab this. Alright, and we're going to add a seam here. We're going to hide all this stuff in the way because it's confusing. We're going to add a seam down here. Seam over the top. Do we need that? No, we actually don't. This one. How's that happen there? Who knows? But if we I know why. Obviously. We have a double fucking thingy there. Oh, what is that? Why is that there? That is on every single one, of course it is. That's kind of annoying. But anyway. Don't really know what's going on there. My brain is trying to comprehend it right now. But I am really struggling. My brain is really fucking struggling. Why is this like this? I don't know. Oh, no, that's it. Yeah, no, that's it. No, that's it. Alright. So now we know that. We might be able to... all of these, drag them back out. Yeah. Down. Alright, we fixed it. Thank fuck. Alright. This. I don't know what this is doing though still. Don't really know. This verse. I don't really know where this is coming from. Oh yes I do. There you go. Alright. This edge, this edge, this edge, this edge. This edge, this edge, this edge. Mark seam. Obviously what we have now at the front of the shoe, we got this, yeah, but I'll fix this in a minute, don't worry. Fix this in a minute, let's just see how this goes first. UV editing, so, this right here should be a separate thingy, which it is, which is fantastic. So this big egg thing is just the rest of the model, which is just going to be pure white, so it doesn't really matter. This right here is going to be our dots. So we're going to open up textures dots, right? And this is essentially where our dots will be, but it's going to be a bump. So we're going to go
shading. We're going to go to our white texture. We're going to make a new one. We're going to call it base. And we're going to make it pure white. We're going to add image. Add a bump map. Plug the normal into the normal, color into the height. We're going to grab our dot bump map that we made. And as you can see, we've got some dots going on. So we're going to apply this to the base. And we got dots, like I said, completely the wrong size, placing, all sorts. But that's what we're going to fix in the GIMP file. We want to add a loop here. Mark scene. Unwrap. UV editing. Select all. Fortunately, that's not completely worked. There you go, that's why. That should work now. Unwrap. Yeah, there you go. Separate the two pieces. This is all white. This is all white too, and this, those are dots, so we can make them smaller, bigger, however we like. It really depends. So I'm going to go in the GIMP file. We're going to delete some of these. So we're just going to use the clone stamp tool. A little bit bigger than that. And we're just going to Control H. Just remove. No, can't do that. Instead, we're going to go select all. I'm just going to go boom. Let's remove some of these where they're stacking too much. Let's try that. And then it's just going to be a lot of tinkering, so a lot of tinkering. Back into base and just refresh that. And then what we can do is we want UV editing is we can grab this, press L to select all, change the scale, put them in. Kind of good so far. I'm gonna leave it there for the time being. Everything needs to come back, and that's going to be left there for the time being. Some of this is sticking out now. We need to fix that, and we need to fix that front as well. Don't forget. Ooh, big stretch. So yeah, let's fix this real quick. Some vertices deciding to be rebellious. And stick out. So we're going to make these dots a little bit smaller on my select none, scale layer. Scale on this end. Shading.
UV editing, and we're going to make that spread that back out again. Just a little section here where there's too many. Let's do this one. That's looking pretty nice. So, from here, right, we need to fix the front of this, the front end. It's not looking quite right, is it? By any means. Really starting to take shape now. We have the probably most annoying partner next, which is the lace. The lace or laces, the pair of laces or whatever you would call it, is the next section, which is very annoying to do. So let's see how we do it. A little bit of adjustment to that front, then front doubles maybe later in a little bit. But yeah, this is particularly tedious, this bit, so let's see how we do. The general idea for the lace is this. We make a curve going from hole to this side, to this side, to this side, to this side, to this side. We make the curve as if it was a lace. Then we create the lace object and we make it follow the curve. That is the general idea. And we just do that. Make a lace, which would just literally be like an object. That's pretty much it's an object that's pretty much just all the way up. Goes all the way up. Is the right thickness, got texture on it, and then that follows the curve that we've created. That's the general idea. How that pans out though, we will see. So, make a new collection called lace, and then we're going to add a cube, edit mode 3, A to select all, M to merge at center, 1 on the keypad to go into this view. That's going to start here. 7 on the number pad. It's going to start there. But that's not where our hole is. Our hole is, where is our hole? There? There's our hole. Starting from there, we make a curve that goes up through the hole, back, across, up, across. So, but it's gonna actually no, yeah, no, that makes sense. It needs to be 2 curves. So first curve from here, up, down, up, through, down, up and through, down, up and through, down, up and through, all the way up. Pretty much. I need to take a look at the front of these shoes more though right now. Jordan 1 laces. Oh, we could experiment if we wanted. We could experiment with making this like glossy material as well. That is the possibilities that we can play with. So basically this is where it finishes and it comes out, and this is where someone would pull it tight to their foot, give it a bow. So they'd pull this, give it a bow. Yeah, so it goes up, 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 up. 2 laces, two separate objects going through. Okay. Once it reaches there, it goes there. 1 more to there. Then outwards, and then this one. So I think I'll start from the top actually. I think I'll start from the top. Go down, 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 down. Start here, through that hole, cross, cross. Okay, let's do it. So. Though what I might have to do right now is leave this on a cliffhanger and finish for the day. So let me set this up in the correct spot. So the general process of this would be I take the object, I press 1 on the keypad, edit mode 1, I take this, control right click, and I make a curve
It goes through the hole, across, down to here, or wherever it goes, up, across, up, across. It's going to be tedious. It'll take about an hour to 2 hours, hour and a bit maybe. Just do the curve, maybe half an hour. So, but I'm actually going to have to leave it right there for today. I've got some work to do, finish off the rest of today, and I'm going to take a break now. Okay, so that concludes this part of the stream. We did a lot of the stitching and the holes and the front. We did a lot of detail work. As you can see, it's looking a lot nicer. And this is in the look dev mode with absolutely no product lighting. We're not even cycles. We're just in the look dev mode. And it's still looking decent, to be fair. So we'd love to see. I've actually left the lighting really late this time. Usually I'd done the lighting by now just to see what it looks like. But I'm leaving it late because I'm quite excited to see what it looks like with proper lighting. So anyway, that's going to leave the stream. So it's going to be the end. So thanks for watching and GG's.